All right, now this is Sturgis Rider Live, and we're going to take you on location in Long Beach over by Bikernet and Keith Ball, and we're going to sit down and talk about some products for Softail. This is Shotgun Shocks, and the owner is JD.
Here at the home of Bikernet.com.
Well, you sure said the right word.
All right. Sturgis Rider Live.
Sturgis Rider Live and Bikernet.com. Hey, tell us about your shock system. It's a Softail shock system. It's an air ride system.
Yeah, it's an air ride. It's made out of billet aluminum. There's no bag in it. It's made out of 1/4 inch thick billet. It's all hard anodized on the inside. It's real durable. Made to last. The main thing though is the performance. There's 4 electromagnetic solenoids that are valved into the body of the aluminum. It's one piece, and they're valved into it, so we're able to let air into either the front or rear chamber and also exhaust air out. It exhausts out of the bottom. What that does is it allows us to control the suspension at anywhere along the travel of the swing arm. So it allows for real good performance at any height, and it allows any rider, a light rider, a heavy rider, to adjust the suspension to their weight. So the performance and the durability, longevity, it's all hard anodized. That's basically the way it works.
A big factor though is that it won't fail, right? And that you can if you have a failure, it's not going to go down. And that's the part of the deal, that it kind of having 2 pistons in it going both ways.
Well, you hit upon the point that most air rides, or air in general, is tricky. It's real easy for air to leak. So the way this works is there's a one-way valve. There's only one airline, so you have an onboard compressor that's mounted on the bike, and the air goes in through the one-way valve. Once it's in there, the one-way valve seals it, and also the solenoids seal it. They're normally closed solenoids that are rated for up to 200 pounds. They're medical grade solenoids, all stainless steel, so they won't corrode it. So it's real tight in there because of the solenoids. You can disconnect the airline, the unit stays at the same location. Everything here is O-ring. The caps screw on. We don't use any clips. They screw on with 3/4 inch of thread on all 4 places. So it's a real airtight unit.
So when you're on your bike and you press the button, you can make it go up or down or in between or anything you want to do.
Yeah, as you're riding the bike, especially if you're riding it slammed, you might need more ground clearance for safety reasons. There's 2 mini toggle switches that we mount usually on the left side of the dash, so you can hold the throttle with your right hand, and as you're riding the bike, you can flick the 2 mini toggle switches up. What that does is it allows the chamber to open on one side, and on the other side it retracts the shock so that it brings the bike up almost instantaneously as you're riding it. If you weigh 400 pounds, you might not be as fast. It'll bring it up.
Hey, I don't weigh 400 pounds, but that's a factor that a lot of the systems don't have.
The reason they don't have that is because most of them bring the bike up with air, then to bring the bike, they release the air holding it up. What this does is we actually pressurize the bike down with air. So if we release the air holding it down, it brings you right up.
Right, okay. And because it's a single unit, does that make installation any more difficult or any different?
It does on custom bikes. On stock bikes, it looks like it came from the factory. Like this model here is for a twin cam. It's got the studs on the front and the eyelets on the rear. So this goes right in just like a stock shock.
Just like a stock system.
And the compressor, the wiring harness is all user-friendly. The compressor bolts underneath the tranny to the holes that are right there for the emission canister. So that's the twin cam design. The Evo design is the same thing, bolts right on. And they're all the same unit. The ends come off for the different years in Harley. And for the custom frames, we're able to ship it, if they tell us the size of the shock boss, we're able to machine it so that it fits. The stock Harley shock boss on an Evo frame is 2 3/4. So if they have a frame like an Indian, they're like 3 inches, we machine it shorter and we can modify it so anytime you do a custom bike, it's always a little more work, but we can modify it beforehand, so it's not as much work.
Well, if somebody wants one of these systems, where do they go?
They can go to their local dealer. If they're a dealer, they can go to MC Advantages. They're a distributor. They can call us directly. They can go to the web, shotgunshop.com. Just about anywhere.
Shotgunshock.com.
Yeah, no S at the end. A shock.
Shock.
Yeah, because it's one shock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it sure is a nice unit, and you've spent a lot of time.
Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate that.
Good luck.
Thank you.
This commercial was brought to you by Sturgis Rider Live and also was filmed on location at Bikernet.com. The following websites also sponsored this commercial. For more cool stuff, come to Sturgis Rider Live and check out all the cool things we got going on. That's www.sturgisriderlive.com.